Everyone eventually makes a decision that determines everything. Do you want to regret now or do you want to regret forever? It's not easy to wake up and work on a side hustle that may never flourish. It's also not easy to look back in 60 years and wonder what could have happened if it actually worked. It takes the breath out of your chest to tell someone how you really feel. But I bet you'd feel the same if you realized 40 years from now that you married the wrong person. Whatever the case may be, you eventually have to choose. Are you willing to suffer right now so that one day you live without regret? Or would you rather live the rest of your life peacefully until you finally look back and realize that you regret everything? Most people hand out this kind of advice without mentioning one crucial detail. Staying true to yourself hurts. The hard decisions, the difficult conversations, even losing someone you cared about, all of it genuinely sucks. Some of it more than others. People will tell you it hurts. What they won't tell you is that some choices feel like the most painful, sickening thing you've ever done. They won't tell you how badly your eyes burn on week 5 with no results yet. They won't tell you how draining it is to get rained on before the gym after a full day of work. They won't tell you how much it crushes you to look into the eyes of someone you've cared about for years and still accept that leaving is the right decision. From personal experience, every single one of those things does suck. Some days it feels like almost enough to take you down completely. But I think that's still nothing compared to spending the rest of your life wondering what your business could have become, what your body could have looked like, who your future could have actually been shared with. Those are only questions you get to answer if you make the choice to live without regret today. So, how do you actually live without regret? It's a funny question to ask considering I haven't gotten that far myself. I'm not some wise monk with all the answers, but I've got a few things worth keeping in mind. First, identify your actual reason. Why do you believe the choice you're making is the right one? Is it coming from fear or from growth? Comfort or discomfort? Staying the same or changing? It's ironic, but the decision that feels most comfortable and reassuring in the moment is usually the one you need to do the opposite of if you actually want to live without regret. Leaving your hometown feels terrifying and lonely. I think staying would have been scarier. Making new friends feels awkward in the moment, but years later you can't imagine life without them. Ending a relationship because it doesn't match your future rips a hole in your chest, but it's what lets you actually live without regret. Second, you have to make the decision. Actually living without regret means willingly stepping into the fire of the hard choice, the heartbreaking conversation, the look on someone's face you'll remember for a long time, the uncertainty that shows up right in the moment every time, no matter how prepared you thought you were. The only way to truly live without regret is to make decisions you won't regret later, no matter how terrifying that feels right now. Finally, accept. Accept that you made the decision for your future. Accept that you won't always know for certain it was the right choice. Accept that, in a strange way, it doesn't even matter whether it was, because in that moment, you already did the actual work of living without regret. You decided the pain of right now was worth taking on, so you wouldn't carry the pain of regret later. Most people never find the courage to do that. If you did, be proud of it. It's never easy making a hard decision. Framing it around whether you'll regret the future can genuinely hurt in the moment. But if anything, that pain is probably a sign you're on the right path because you're choosing to suffer now so you don't have to suffer regret later once it's all already over. You only get one life. Don't spend it building a future you'll spend the rest of it regretting. Live without regret. See you in the next one.